sunny outside. That sun feels good.
It feels
on my
so
back.
good.
That feels great.
Nice and cozy.
I'm excited for spring.
Me too.
It's, I don't know if it's a Saskatchewan thing or if it's an everywhere thing, but like the first hints at like sunny afternoons, and I am wanting to be outside.
Yeah.
I am loving this weather.
Yeah, it's nice.
The weather's been teasing us. It got me all excited. So I thought maybe we could talk about spring fever.
Ooh, fever.
Yeah, does like
A good kind of fever.
what kind of things does spring make you feel like doing? So starting off the same as usual.
Yeah.
I've got a definition for you.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay. So spring fever, by definition, is any number of mood, physical, or behavioral changes which may be experienced coinciding with the onset of spring, and you're feeling particularly restless or lazy or amorous.
Amorous.
Yeah, so it's restless, like you're just itching, like you got to do something,
Yeah.
or some people feel lazy, like they just want to like be like a cat in the sun, like find the sunbeam and lay in the cat, and they just don't want. They have no motivation
I
whatsoever.
can identify with that sometimes.
Or you're feeling amorous. So,
I wish you had a definition of amorous.
well, maybe you're feeling like a little bit more lovey with your partner, or you're all excited, feeling good. Let's do. Anyways, more on that.
Yep.
So, according to, there is some history on this though, and they call it spring fever because it actually used to be like an illness, and you might have heard of it before,
Really?
in a different way. So, I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I got it right. So, yes, spring fever is a painful affliction. That is modern day spring fever, but it is not a disabling or fatal disease as it was 2 or 3 centuries ago. So it used to be fatal. Spring fever, also known as spring disease in the 17 and 1800s, was an illness that usually occurred in the springtime and involved fatigue, malaise, easy bruising, bone pain, hemorrhaging of the scalp and gums. And
Hemorrhaging.
yeah.
Of the scalp.
Of the scalp.
I can't even, so a headache?
I don't even know. But it could lead to jaundice, seizures, and even death. So many of people died from this old-fashioned spring fever prior to the discovery of adequate treatment. So in the mid-1700s, a Scottish physician named Dr. James Lind discovered that the terrible illness, formerly known as spring disease, at the same time it was also referred to as scurvy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scurvy is spring fever?
Yes.
Whoa.
So that's the other name I was talking about, but it could be successfully treated by eating oranges, lemons, and limes.
That's how you treat scurvy?
Yeah. It's that ascorbic citric acid or vitamin C. Vitamin C had not been discovered at that time, and that was the cure to scurvy and spring fever.
Wow.
Right? I thought that was like kind of fun. Well, like, I mean, not in like there's a lot of dead people kind of way, but I thought it was like it's an interesting kind of thing.
People dying, not fun.
Yeah. Scurvy, spring fever, same thing. Eat an orange.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
So, anyways, now that we have moved past the doom and gloom of spring fever.
There's doom and gloom in everything.
I know, there really is.
Every time you look up history, it's just like, well, of course. It's either pagans or disease. They're involved in everything.
So, I thought we would talk about what do we look forward to the most with spring. Because even hearing that terrible news, I am like, bring it on. Bring it on.
I'm just going to walk around now and be like, I got scurvy.
Yeah. Eating oranges. Like, wait, want an orange?
Yeah, springtime is great.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to like cleaning up my yard. Right now, you get to see this much of my yard because the rest of it is mostly dog poop and snow and like layers of frozen dog poop. So
That's what
but
happens.
I actually look forward to like freshening the yard up, getting rid of all of that, and like bringing out all the furniture and like planting my garden. I love making my backyard beautiful. So,
I love that.
yeah. Do you do stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it.
You think about it?
I think about it. You know, I do like to like plant a garden, so I start to think about it, but I've been less into the garden because the success of the garden has been bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
So do you have a green thumb normally and you
No.
just had bad years, or are you just like...
I was just like, I have a yard now, and it has a garden spot, so therefore, I guess I garden now. I had a few good years in there, but, yeah.
I grow just hot peppers, but I'm going to try a wall of sunflowers this year.
That's
also.
fun.
So,
Sunflowers are great.
so other things that make me happy about spring, day drinking. Day drinking on a patio is, love it.
Chef's kiss.
Yep, love it.
It really is. Why aren't we drinking on a patio?
I don't know. We did earlier.
We did. We're taking a break.
Yeah, we're taking a break.
Nobody likes a slurry podcaster.
Or do you? Let us know in the comments.
Also subscribe and share.
That was smooth.
Right?
They're smooth.
I just keep throwing in these one-liners.
Yeah.
One today.
In addition to the day drinking,
Yeah.
springtime also brings fire pits, which equals night drinking. And I also look forward to that.
So when you talk about day drinking, you mean all day drinking?
Yeah, but like when you're outside, it's not as sad as when you're doing it on the inside. Right?
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
When it's on the outside, it's not as sad as when it's on the inside.
I don't know
Yep.
I can justify it any way I want.
Yeah, you can. You want to know my most favorite thing?
I do want to know.
My most favorite thing about springtime is ball.
Do you play ball?
No.
Oh.
I do not. I used to.
Okay.
I was a catcher.
Do your kids play ball though?
They both played, have been playing softball kind of as their whole lives, as long as they were old enough or whatever. My son, last fall, he did flag football.
Yeah.
And loved it. So they do offer a spring
Fun.
program. So he's going to do that instead of ball this year, but my daughter plays ball. And she is a pitcher, and she's
Fun.
having fun with that and learning lots. So to me, when I think of spring, I think of ball. I love the ball season. It's like the first time that you're really getting people out of the house and outside at events.
The sideline of parents is kind of fun too.
Yeah.
You get to know some people around you, and
Well, in a small community, they're all your friends, or you're all.
I like the active aspect that spring brings as well. Like I don't play so I played beach volleyball, and so I guess that would come in the spring again.
Yeah.
But like even just going for walks where you don't feel like you're gonna fall and break a hip, or getting back on my bike. I've got a bike. It's like a blue, like old timey bike with like the basket, and I've got like a little bell that I'm like fring fring.
Like every young girl's dream.
Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous.
And I really do quite like it, and so I like to ride my little bike around. Yeah.
Do you like go buy things and put it in your basket?
No, but I'll put like my speaker in front, and I'll be like, I just extra.
There's her
It's
being
the
bougie
little,
again.
It's the little extra. Other people might find it irritating, and I don't care because I'm living my best life.
It sounds like it. Y'all could learn something from Leah.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. You want to come on a bike ride with me with my music?
Well, I
and my
don't have
bell?
any of that fancy extra stuff.
You know what? You will put streamers in your hair.
Yeah, well, flower garland and a peasant dress.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, I like it. I like it.
We'll go flower picking.
Do you have any other spring things?
That's probably the biggest one.
That's the big one.
I mean, the general feeling of it is it just feels better. I mean, you feel like, woo, made it through another Saskatchewan winter, and it just feels like things just feel lighter.
Yeah.
And I like that feeling of that.
So some of the things that I looked up what other people like because, honestly, I was like, what do other people like? Because I don't know, sometimes I'm weird and I just like things a certain way.
Yeah.
But it gave me ideas of other things that I like. Opening the windows.
Yes.
I did that this morning. I opened up our back door and just like let the fresh air in. And that is probably the best thing
It is so
that
nice.
I didn't think of on my own.
I love that. Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yep. The birds and the animals come back. I can't hear it right now, but I had a bunch of birds in the trees earlier that were like making some sweet songs.
You want to know something funny about birds?
I do.
In my family. So I never really like paid any attention to the birds. I didn't really care about birds. And then for some reason during COVID, my husband kind of got into birds.
Okay.
And then I did too, because all of a sudden the different feed that we would have would bring different birds into our feeders in our yard. And then you learn like all the different like sounds, and you learn that like a certain bird sounds like it's saying cheeseburger, cheeseburger. You also learn this if you go to what's it called? Beaver Creek? No. Yep.
Oh, at the conservation park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's cool.
Anyway, yeah. So
Cheeseburger?
yeah, it sounds like saying cheeseburger. It's like cheeseburger.
I only know like the chickadee dee dee.
That's a good one.
And that's the chickadee.
No, that's fitting. Who would have thunk it? It's
I know.
not obvious at all. I'm
So-
glad you schooled me on that.
More fun
Yeah.
facts.
Anyways, that's my story about birds. So I love the sound of birds. We actually have we get really fat, like, I don't know if they're swallows or what they are that stick around all winter, but we overfeed them and they're just like fat little birds all winter long.
That's funny.
We've had blue jays in our yard. We have a set of woodpeckers that just hang around all the time.
Well, that's cool.
Yep.
I like hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they
Just hum along.
they just.
You just
do
like
the
a good
thing.
hummer, do you? Here all day.
I don't even know what to say to you.
I can't believe I got you speechless. You're embarrassed because you
I'm
do.
usually like quick.
It's all the day
Usually got a
drinking,
quick
Leah.
comeback, and that might be a reflection of that. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
moving on.
people also
Hummingbirds.
like fresh produce.
Like
Which-
eggplant.
Yes.
I'll stop.
They're a nice long cucumber.
Sorry. Yeah.
Spring is statistically safer. Crime rates are down in the spring.
So is that like a mental health? Everyone's doing better that way, or like? Because I feel like winter comes with so many challenges, and everyone's like broke or come in spring.
So
Or what?
my speculation. So I actually used to work at the police station,
Oh yeah.
and so we would hear like my job was this is like 20 years ago also. So, but my job was to transcribe police reports for records, and there was always a spike in like October, November, like when the weather started to turn, and I feel. I don't know anything about this. It was just kind of like my hunch that like maybe the homeless population, like, you know, they need somewhere to go for winter. So there's a little bit of crimes, nothing major, just long enough to like get you warm for winter. And so then maybe in the spring, you know, in the spring, everybody's happy. You're just trying to live your life. And, you know, they just want to be outside and left alone for the most part as well. And so I think everybody's just a little bit more chill.
That's interesting.
That's my speculation.
It makes sense.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah. That's all.
Being outdoors, this is my final point of like what other people like or what other people have said. Being outdoors broadens people's minds and gives them more creative thoughts. And so maybe that was the sun may have just broadened my mind, and that's how I was able to come up with this.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, sun,
Thank you, son,
for broadening us.
for making me creative.
Yes.
You know, I did something. Usually for me, the winter is like a time of, the snow for me just brings about hardship, and the cold weather. Like I'm not one of those people like, you know, we don't skidoo or like do the fun things outside in the winter. Like we don't go skiing. Not that I wouldn't necessarily like to. It just seems to be not a thing. There's nowhere close.
It seems cold.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just not fun for me. But a couple weeks ago, my trainer, instead of doing a strength training workout in the gym, suggested that we all go snowshoeing.
Oh.
And so I went snowshoeing for the first time in my life.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved being outside doing something active.
Fun.
I loved it. So I have to remember that feeling and try to find reasons to be outside, because I'm not like a walker. Like, walking to me is beyond boring. Like, I'm not interested in just going for a walk. So besides that, with the things that I have, what can I do?
Yeah. In 2010, I went cross-country skiing, and I enjoyed it so much, and I've always said that I would love to do that. And here I am 14 years later, and I've never once gone. I'm really bad at that. Maybe if I got better at enjoying winter, but...
Or if you, like, found someone that also really wanted to do it, and then you're all like... Like, I would have never been like, hey, let's go snowshoeing. If she hadn't been like, do you want to do this? And I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, I mean, you're telling me what I'm supposed to be doing here. So, anyways, yeah.
Oh, I like
That's my story about that.
So, we talked about being happier in the spring. Apparently, we are also humpier.
And them rabbits.
Yeah, just like them rabbits.
Humpier.
So, I guess there's like a lot of speculation of why, like no one really knows why. And like, is it, you know, your increased level of happiness that it makes you feel sexy?
Is it something like subconsciously biochemical in our bodies, just like how we know at nighttime to go to sleep? Like when it's dark, we want to sleep. That's the natural process. In the spring,
it's time to
hump.
Yeah, maybe. I thought it was these are my own two guesses. An increase of vitamin D.
Well played.
I like that.
Vitamin D.
I'm funny.
She's very funny.
Yeah. And then maybe it's like the sun comes out and, you know, not everybody's all bundled up. And so you start to see some more skin on people and you're like, ooh.
Oh, I think there's really something to that.
Yeah. That's.
Especially, but it would explain why the men are humpier.
Oh, because men are so visual.
Because I don't think that women are as visual. They can appreciate a fully clothed man.
The second the girls start wearing skirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My husband, or maybe one of his friends did, or one of his brothers, I can't remember, has alluded to that before. But the favorite part of spring is like, so the summer dresses come out.
You know what? And we're trying to teach men to be better and to control themselves. But it's a real urge you have to fight.
Wear what you want to wear, though.
Yeah, wear what you want to wear. Oh, that's not what I was saying at all. Yeah, definitely wear what you want to wear. So I was thinking of some common spring terms. I think, you know what else actually like made me think about spring stuff? Or like,
I do want to know.
Maybe this is in a different one. I don't have my stats here anymore. But, so now that, here it is. It is here. Damn it. Don't listen to any of that. Spring fling is, so I was thinking, I thought I was going to go down to like the dance, like the dances route, but it's not.
Right.
So spring fling is a common term. So I was thinking, I didn't do any research on this at all. I just tried to make up like my own thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And so it made me wonder about, I don't know the history of spring fling, but it did make me want to look up is spring a more common time for people to cheat? Like, is that really what the spring fling is? And because when I heard that it was humpier, I was like, like maybe that's people get a little like itchy of being stuck with their partner all the time. And like, so I looked that up and it turns out that statistically, most people cheat in March or right after the holiday season. So although women are a little bit more inclined to cheat in the summertime.
Interesting.
But
is that because of, I feel like I'm really like putting a lot of sexist remarks out there.
Yes.
During this, but is it because of there's more advances? Maybe.
Like that. Yeah. Like,
I don't want to take the onus off of the women, but like when you're getting propositioned more, perhaps a person would
be more inclined to.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think there's a whole lot to unpack there.
I think
just
so too.
In that, like,
that's interesting.
But Yeah,
In March or after a holiday?
Yeah, in March or after a holiday, which...
Why do you think after a holiday? Holidays are stressful? You're like...
Like a lot of pressure, a lot of family stuff, and then you just want to I just need out of the house and into someone else's pants? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just what the internet told me. So, but yes. But there is, I think, a higher percentage of men that still cheat than women, and that's just the statistics. That's not social comment.
Do you have any reason, inkling why, or did you come across statistically why men?
No. Yeah.
Do you have your own theory?
Do I have my own theory of I think so I guess being a woman, I can only speculate for myself. But I say when it's summertime and you've got your tan on and you're just you're showing your legs or whatever body part it is that you like to show off, and every woman's got one. And
what's yours?
My legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never ever tan. They are always stark white beaming beams of light.
That's why you like to show
but
them off?
I've got long legs, and I like them.
You got nice legs.
Yeah, I like my legs.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyways,
do you want to know what mine is?
Yeah, I do.
Mine is my legs, but it's something more specific.
What?
It's my calves.
Oh, you got great calves.
I got stacked calves.
Ooh, very nice. I look forward.
I'll show you sometime.
Yes, I like that. This is going to feed back into our advice section. Ooh. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
So, anyways, that's why I think women cheat in the summers, because they feel better about themselves. And I think men cheat because they feel bad about their partner.
Mm.
Unpack that.
I am processing all of that right now.
Let's go on to spring cleaning. Oh. That was the other thing. Was
my
spring
favorite.
Cleaning. Yeah.
Not. I lied.
So there's two different sides of this. And actually I was talking about this with a friend, and because they actually framed it as an advice thing, but really I just thought it fit in with more of our conversation. But spring cleaning, and in the spring, does that mean different things to you? Is it actual cleaning? Is it actual cleaning of things, or reorganizing things? Or is it more of an emotional or metaphorical cleaning, you're cleaning of your emotional baggage?
Or is it our previous episode that y'all listened to last week in Easter, and kind of getting rid of the winter witches?
Oh, yeah. Just those winter bad vibes and whatever's haunting you.
Yeah.
And
right.
Yep. Which is different than witches, but yeah. I think that, I don't know. I do like to do a spring clean. I have another friend who brought up that her husband is sentimental and she's more of a minimalist.
Mm.
And so she was how do I balance that? And I don't know. Darcy has a garage. He can have as much stuff that fits in the garage. I would like to get rid of a lot of the clutter, except for the things that are mine.
Same.
That's how I feel about that. So.
Yeah. I mean, I can identify with that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think there is something about, I don't know if it's something that we've just been taught, that spring is when you do this deep clean and you purge and all that, or if it's actually something that is triggered by, a better mood or being more humpier or.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do enjoy it. In the springtime when you get a good OCD going.
Yeah.
And the music's right and you're
pack up the dump truck.
Yeah.
I'm ready today.
Today's the
I
day.
could do this. We are starting all over from scratch.
You never know when that mood's going to strike, but when it does, look out. And God help you if you and your partner are not having the same day.
Yeah. This would be a great time to have a sponsor 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Yeah. Just pull up in the backyard.
So I got junk for you.
If you're a dog poop cleaning service also, I would accept that.
She points to me.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Do you want to give some advice on some spring advice?
Some spring advice. advice.
Yes,
Yeah,
some.
I do.
Okay.
Some good advice or bad advice? What do you want today?
Well,
I mean, it probably doesn't matter what you want. I'm going to say what
you say whatever pops into your head.
Purple diarrhea.
And okay, here we go.
All right.
Now that spring is here, many people are starting to think about their summer bodies. Ooh. So, what is our advice on getting beach body ready?
Questions like this are hard for me to answer because I feel like your beach body is your winter body and is your spring body and is your fall body. It's the same body.
It's the same body
all the time. That being said, that sounds really cute to say, like, go women. But that's not how a lot of us actually feel. And if your person's being really honest, I'm on a big push. I turned 40 later this year, and I've got about 5 months left to do what I wanted to do, and working hard at that. So, like, it would make me a hypocrite to be all like, your body is perfect. But I'm just going to go work on mine over there.
But you know what? I feel like anytime I do work out, which I'm really bad at doing consistently, but I do it because I feel better when I do. And it actually has very little to do with how I look, but it has everything to do with how I feel. That being said, like, I'll go, like any woman, I think I go through periods of, like, utter loathing when I look in the mirror. And then, you know, you'll have these moments of, like, damn, girl, you look good
Catch
today.
my tap in the mirror? Yeah, you did.
So, beach body ready. You know what?
A good shave.
A good shave.
Or wax.
Get some clothes that you feel good in. And I mean comfortable. If you feel like something is pinching, then you're just not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Find something that you're comfortable in. Get your friends to give you some honest advice. Like, dress your body type. And that doesn't mean you can't show skin if you're a bigger person. That doesn't mean that at all. That means dress your body type and how you're comfortable. Like, if it's hot out, wear less clothing because it's fucking hot out and you need to air out. Yeah. It's, you know, and I don't know, like, I can hear my grandma and I can hear a whole lot of people, like, in the back of my head that it's like, but you still have to be, like, respectful and you still, like, you know, this and that and this and that. But it's, I don't know, there's things that you can look up that are, like, tried, tested, and true fashion tips. I'm not even going to begin to start to give them because...
Yeah, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, well...
That know how. I
know what I like to wear. Sometimes I look at pictures later on and I'm absolutely horrified at what I see.
Oh,
and
like one of our first few podcasts. Yeah. Do you remember when we did that? And we're like, burning that shirt, never wearing that again.
Never wearing that
again. God awful.
Now we're in hoodies and toques.
We just decided to be us.
Yeah.
Instead,
and
not try to be fancy.
Yep. And so it's just be you. Be comfortable. Be you.
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice. Some bad advice would be to start starving yourself now. Because you don't have much time left.
Isn't Oprah taking a new pill? There's like a pill now. And I remember, like, a million years ago, I remember Oprah saying, because she's loaded, like, all the money in the world. Nines. And I remember her saying that if there was a magic pill to be skinny, then she would be skinny. And I was like, no, that's right. But now she's skinny. And so I think that there is a magic pill. And
give it to me.
Yeah. And so maybe that's the sponsor no, I'm just kidding.
You know, when I very, very, very first started working out again, it was strictly because I felt like all of my muscles were disappearing. And I hated feeling weak because, I mean, not in the recent past, but I was an athlete growing up. So I'd always kind of felt strong. I've always been a husky girl that just had strength. Mm-hmm. And then when it was just like, you know, it's like, well, I'm heavier now than I've ever been, and I don't have strength. It was like, this is not how I want to feel. I wanted to feel strong. So I started strength training.
Yeah.
I don't do cardio. I don't run. That's dumb. Nobody likes running. I mean, sorry. Sorry to the runners. There's lots of people that like running. I am not one of them. I just want to let people know that there's ways to achieve the results you want without running. Running is not the key to success.
I like activities that are fun. I've done like the whole like intense, like the most fit I ever was probably like 2017. I got into a real big fitness thing, and I was doing the
dragon boat. Is that when you did that?
Yeah, I was doing dragon boats back then, but I did like this workout. It's a video workout, and it's the Max 30.
Is that Jillian Michaels?
No, it's a dude, and he is like, it is intense. Like, it's 30 minutes of absolute hell. And I could like soar through it. I was in such good shape. And then I was like, once I was done that and I kind of got out of the gym and COVID hit and stuff like that. And it was kind of like, you know, do I miss looking the way that I did at that time? Yes. But I just want to do things that are fun now. I don't want to do like those heavy, intense workouts. And I just want to live in my body.
Keep moving.
Yeah. I just want to keep moving, and I just want to enjoy it. But I want to stay healthy. So.
I like that.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
All right.